And welcome, this is Baller Scuba with another game. This is going to be Game Dev Tycoon. This is a game in which I get to run a video game production company. It is a concept that I have to say is quite dear to my heart, so I'm happy to play this game. I have played around with other versions of this game. I am happy to play the Steam version today. Let's get a new game started. Welcome to Game Dev Tycoon. In this business simulation, you have been transported back in time to start your very own game development company right at the beginning of the PC revolution. In the next 35 years, you can build your dream company, create best-selling games, gain fans, and become the leader of the market. Before you can start your adventure, you have to give your upcoming company a name. All right, I think we can come up with a good name here. I will be creating a lot of names for this. If this series continues for a while, I'll probably need some names. But for our company name, let's just go for something pretty standard here. Scuba Productions. I am going to be a guy, even though I could be a girl. What? Oh, wow, there's lots of different stuff that I can get here. That's probably closest to the real thing. And oh no, I don't wear long sleeves too often, but I guess I'm gonna have to today. I guess we'll stick with light blue. I guess that'll work. Let's go with that. Achievement unlocked. Support a young startup. Buy the game. You get it? Because I bought their game. All right, so develop a new game. Before development can begin, you have to decide what kind of game you want to create and give your game a name. You can also select which graphic technology your game should use. Your options are initially limited, but once you have a bit of experience, you will be able to unlock new options. All right, so let's see what I can do. I can go for the G64 or the PC. Obviously, this is supposed to be the Commodore 64. We kind of want to go with whatever has the most market share right now, which is the Commodore 64. But as you can see, development cost of a game on the Commodore 64, the G64, sorry, is $20,000. As a result, we're going to go with the PC, which has a development cost of $5,000. It's not 4 times better market share, you know what I mean? So we're going to stick with the PC. Let's see what topics I have. I have time travel, airplane, comedy, and hacking. Okay, we need to pair that with a genre. We have action, adventure, RPG, simulation, and strategy. Off the top of my head, given what they tell me here, like I said, I've played other versions of the game, but I have not played the Steam version, which is what I'm playing now. So I'm kind of guessing here. But an airplane simulation game should do pretty well. Can I type this in? What? The game's okay, I guess. What do I want to call my airplane simulation game? We'll call it the Dogs of War. How about that? That could work. Sure. All right, we could do text-based or 2D graphics. I want to go for graphics. After all, it is a simulation game. I want it to be as realistic looking as I can do right now. Version 1 of 2D graphics, it's not really going to be the best graphics, but we'll do what we can. All right, and we're working. Game development runs through 3 stages. At the beginning of each stage, you can decide what areas of the game you want to focus on. Picking the right focus for your game greatly increases the points you generate. Think about what areas are important for your game and decrease the focus on areas you think are less important. If you want to read a brief description of the different areas, please refer to the help menu. All right, so I should look at the help menu here. So stage 1, development phases. Right, we can go through that. Stage 2. No, there we go. Stage 1. There we go. Let's close all the rest of this. So stage 1, engine. The game engine provides the basic building block of a game, the underlying technology. A good engine also enables things like multiplayer support, video playback, and realistic physics. Obviously, for a simulation game, engine's going to be important. Gameplay. Gameplay defines how a player interacts with the game and how the game mechanics, the rules that make a game tick, work. And story quests, storytelling, and giving players goals to complete have been the basics of games for a long time. Now, although story and quests is usually the most important thing for me, followed by the gameplay, followed by the engine, for a simulation game, we're probably going to have to go the opposite: engine, gameplay, story, quests. Let's take a look ahead at stage 2. We have dialogues. Dialogues are part of storytelling as well, but also provide interaction between NPCs, non-playable characters, and the player. I do love it when there's some great dialogue in a game from NPCs. Chrono Cross stands out right now as something that has great NPC dialogue. Then we have level design. Level design defines the structure a player takes through the game. This includes simple things like where objects are located, but also the story arcs in a game. And then artificial intelligence. AI is how computer-controlled entities, enemies, companions, or the world itself react to the player. I think level design and artificial intelligence are probably going to be important. Dialogue, not important at all. And then stage 3, world design. Some games invent an entire virtual world. World design delivers a backstory to a game and makes the game world more sophisticated and believable. If we had better RPG topics, I would go for it. Graphics, the most obvious part of a game is graphics, but that doesn't mean it is always the most important part. You're telling me. Sound, while sound is not as often noticed as the graphics of a game, sound design plays a vital part to making a game great. All right, hints. Think about what game you want to create, then decide what areas are really important for this game and focus on those. Don't hesitate to experiment and change the values of the sliders around a lot. All right, so we have engine, gameplay, and story quests. Boom. No focus there. After that, it doesn't really matter to me. Maybe a little bit more on the engine than the gameplay, but I think something like that will work for me. I think something like that will work. Game development has now started. While developing your game, you will generate game points, which you can see bubbling up, these up here. Game points are divided into design and technology points. The more points you generate, the better your game will be. These are design and these are technology. Well, design and technology, obviously. Bugs, we're going to have to fix those at some point. Honestly, creating a lot of bugs can sometimes be a good thing in this game. And then research, of course, is always going to be good for things that we can do later. From time to time, there will also be bug points generated. These points become less likely once you get experience. Bugs should be fixed before the game is released and increase development time and cost. Yes, but it does sometimes give you more design and technology points and research points, which is why sometimes it can be good. At least that's what I remember in the previous version. Oh, we're getting lots of research here. All right. So we have dialogues, not all that important. I mean, look at something like Star Fox, right? That's kind of an airplane simulation style game, a bit, but even though there are memorable moments from the dialogue, I wouldn't say a lot of time was necessarily spent there. We'll do more level design, and I don't know if this is going to be multiplayer or not. I don't think it is, so I guess we'll put it down there on artificial intelligence. You know what? No. We'll do more artificial intelligence and a little bit less level design, because I'm assuming that we're going to be fighting computer characters. A lot of this is guesswork, unfortunately, but we're going to be going for that. Lots of research coming our way. Come on, Baller Scooby, you can do it. During development, you can also select additional features for your game. Right now, you can only pick basic sounds, but your options will increase quickly. Selecting additional features makes the game generally better, but also increases the cost. You'll also see the graphic type you selected when you defined the game. This is just to remind you of your choice. You cannot change the type of graphics mid-game. All right, so basic sounds, all I have. We are indeed going to put that in. World design, I don't feel is necessarily that important. I feel like graphics are actually pretty important, and sound pretty important as well. You know what? Max out graphics. We need a lot of graphics because this is a simulation game and it's airplanes. If it was like a business simulation game, kind of like this is, then I could get away with it. with less graphics, but airplanes, I don't think so. The development of your first game is now complete. You can press the finish button to publish your game, but you should only do that once you fix the majority of bugs. I would like to do it when all the bugs are gone. Releasing a game without fixing bugs can severely affect your ratings, so you should only ever consider that if you need the cash and you can't afford to wait. Yeah, I can afford to wait. So, as you can see, we go through them kind of quickly here, and we are getting other points. All right, finish the game. The development of your game has now finished. While developing games, you gain experience and improve your skills. When development is completed, you will be presented with a summary of the experience gained. All right, we got some good stuff. New topic, new combo. So we get some bonuses here. We get some experience on all this stuff. Baller Scuba is working out pretty well. Why would I trash? Well, I mean, there are some times when you want to trash the game, but this is not it. Not the first time. Release the game. Good judgment. Create a game with a good topic genre combination. Some of them are pretty easy to figure out. Your game is now complete and will be handed off to publishing. We should see reviews and sales coming in for the game soon. All right, let's go ahead and research. Research is important to unlock new options and make better games. You should try to save enough research points to be able to create your own game engine. This will greatly improve your games. Hint, try to develop games with different topic and genre combinations for a slight research boost. I would like a new topic, please. I would like medieval. Medieval, thank you. I don't know why I didn't do that immediately, but medieval sounds good. I would like to focus on RPGs because that's how I run my channel, is kind of focusing on RPGs. So that's kind of how I want to do this one too, if they let me. The first reviews for our newly released games, The Dogs of War, came in. If we get like 5s, I'll be happy. Quirky, but good. Hey, we got a 6. Enjoyable? Hey, thank you, Informed Gamer. Falls a bit short. You know what? This is my first game, so it shows potential. That's fine. We averaged a 6 there, so I'm happy with that. After publishing a game, you can invest a little bit of time to analyze your creation and generate a game report. Game reports are a great way to gain research points as well as valuable insights into what works and what doesn't work when developing a game. To generate a game report, close this message and then click anywhere on the screen to bring up the action menu. I'm working on that. Scuba Productions, a newcomer in the game industry, has just released their first game, The Dogs of War. The game received favorable reviews. With such a good start, Scuba Productions are sure to gain fans quickly. I have 0 fans, but I have sold, oh, wow, 3,400 units in the first week on the market. We made it in the charts at number 40. That's fantastic for a first game. I am very happy with that. Now that your game is on sale, you will receive the income from the game every week. You can see how well your game is doing by looking at the sales graph in the top right of the screen. The Dogs of War was so successful that we now have 22 fans. All right, we're just raking in the fans these days. Things are looking up for me. You have successfully researched a new topic, medieval. Like I said, I wanted to focus on RPGs. I just wanted to get the first game out of the way here. We're kind of, well, a lot of companies kind of went this way too. You know, they just started doing kind of whatever, and then they finally got to do what they wanted to do. Blizzard comes to mind where they're like, we'll do a platformer, we'll do a racing game. Okay, now we're doing strategy games, which is what we wanted to do. All right, so medieval is now mine. We're still making money, but I'm going to develop a new game. I'm not going to focus on researching what went well with the Dogs of War. We're going to do medieval RPG. It just makes sense. We're going to continue to work on the PC for the time being. The G64 does not necessarily sound like a wise investment with me and my future knowledge. The G64 might not last too long. We're going to stick with the PC, which should last forever. It should. All right, so a medieval... Ugh, why do they make me do that? A medieval RPG. There are kind of a few of them. We'll go with... Medieval does count, right? I'm trying to think if fantasy is more what I'm going for. I don't know. Dragon Journey. We'll go with that. Dragon Journey. That's not a ripoff of anything, I swear. Go, Dragon Journey! All right, we are going to do text-based graphics for this. I feel like with an RPG, we can get away with text-based graphics at this point. And it might help us with the design overall. Yeah, I don't want to do that. All right, so we're going to do story and quests. Boom. Engine doesn't need as much time. Gameplay also just needs a little bit of work here. As you can see, I'm selling less and less as time goes by. But I have 63 fans now. People know who I am. Dialogue, artificial intelligence, and level design is kind of important, I would say, for an RPG. The dungeon design is not necessarily vital, but it's a big part of what we're doing. Yeah, maybe a little lower. There we go. Artificial intelligence. I think like we still need some, but dialogue is the big thing here. The Dogs of War has achieved a company sales record with over 10,000 units sold. This is an important milestone in the history of Scuba Productions. You're damn right it is. And we are going to continue making great games as time goes by. And of course, it's a company sales record. It's the first game. But hey, we got a little bump there once I hit 10,000. All right, world design, graphics I don't feel is important because we are doing text-based here. And I would like, you know, some sound. It doesn't have to be great, but I would like some sound in this, you know? Even a text-based game could use some sound, some music in the background, you know? Even Zork could have used that. I'm just saying. It didn't have it, and I don't think it was necessarily a bad game because of it, but, you know, just a little soundtrack. It would have been nice. So, yeah, now I get to criticize pretty much every game I've ever played while I do this. All right, we're going to get rid of the bugs before I do anything. So, yeah, I'm now losing money month to month because the Dogs of War is not selling enough for me to do anything. All right, new topic, new combo. Engine. Oh, look at stuff just improve here. World design. Yeah, it's pretty even now because I went completely the opposite way. And I have a new record for design on Dragon Journey. Let's release the game. Let's see what people say. The Dogs of War is now off the market. It sold 13,692 units, generating $95,885 in sales. Overall, I made about $20,000 off of that. Remember, we started with 70,000. So things are looking up. The first reviews for our newly released game, Dragon Journey, came in. Come on, give me something good. 6, RPG games work well on the PC. I could have told you that. A 5, you've seen better. 3, they shouldn't forget about graphics. It's text-based. Text. The focus on world design serves this game very well.